mean, just as a side note, I think every young person that wants to be financially smart, if you're smart, you're gonna get a smart person to be around you, somebody that you can trust. Shaquille O'Neal is gonna be a billionaire because his mama was smart, his daddy was smart, and when he went into the NBA, they helped him make smart decisions that have helped him make hundreds of millions of dollars because now he just owns a little bit of everything. He's doing really well financially. Um, I met when I was at the Get Money Fest in Florida. I met a young artist who was 22 years old who he was trying to be hard, but when you get my age, like you look kind of, it's almost like cute, like, oh, you trying to be a thug, that's cute, right? But anyway, he had just signed with Lil Wayne's record label, and I remember I said to him, and he was listening to me. I always pay attention to see if people aren't listening, I don't talk. I don't waste my time talking to people who don't want to hear what I have to say. But he was really listening, and I said, my advice to you is, as you go into this crazy world where you're gonna have a lot of unknown unknowns, get somebody that's older and wiser and smart that cares about you and keep them in your corner and listen to what they say. Like, get a smart group of people around you that can help you make good choices to navigate the space because you have an opportunity of a lifetime, and you don't want to make the mistake a lot of young people make, where they get thrust into this situation where suddenly money is easy, women are easy, life is easy, everything you want, connections are easy, and then you mess it all up. And then what happens is that you end up in this almost like this spiritual graveyard of all these artists, all these people that used to be big, maybe when they were like 22 or 23 years old, where their economic awareness was very low. But then they get older and they look back and they say, man, I really got screwed, you know. But by now you're 35. Nobody wants to sign you anymore. Those opportunities, they live back in, 2005. They live back in the 1990s. So all you've got now is all these regrets that'll keep you up at night of all these things you could have done if you'd known what was going on. Economic awareness is really important to have. And I really think that for this young guy, what's sad for him is he's not getting paid by anybody now. I think he's deep in the Georgia depth chart. Georgia's a great school to play football for, but he's not a star at Georgia. He's like maybe probably second or third string or something like that. And they're not paying him any money. So now that 13.5 million or that 9 million from Miami that would have been life-changing money is poof gone. It's gone. And it doesn't sound like he's ever going to be in the NFL. He does not have a big brand. So his ability to make money at that level is zero to none or low to none unless somehow he lucks out in another way. So long story short, that's what I kind of saw. And I would say to you that, let me just say this. One rule that I have in business is that I don't typically walk away from something that's working for something that may or may not work. I don't, so when someone comes along and says, "Oh, this is working and you're making X amount of dollars from doing it this way," well, do it this way. You can double your money. I'm usually the guy who says, no, I know that this works and that's really important. Or I know what this person can do. So I'm not going to fire this person and hire somebody different because there's too many unknowns. Do you understand? When you get into business and you get to the point where you're serious about making your money, and this is really important for you to understand this, people that are serious about their money, that really know how to make money, are kind of rare because most people are talking, they're speculating, they're talking about what they could do, what they're planning to do, what they might do, what they gonna do, right? It's very rare when you have people that are like, no, this is what we did. No, we did sign $1 million deal. We did make $8 million, like, whatever, right? And people that are in that category, I believe, are or should be very skeptical of anything that's new that comes on the horizon, even things that look good, as a way to kind of elevate whatever you're doing. Because you don't want to mess up what you have going on. You don't want to mess up the good things you have. So with this kid, what I would have, I don't know. I don't know what his situation was, but if I was advising him, I would have said, okay, so Miami's offered you over $9 million. You've made a commitment to Miami. That's one thing too, right? So when you break your commitment to this school, that's going to make you look a certain way to other people. People that do business, I think, don't really like to work with people who screw other people. Because really, if you're smart, you're thinking, well, when you gonna try to screw me? Right? You don't sound like a person of your word, right? And even Michael Jordan, again, as much as we can definitely criticize Michael kept his commitment. When he was playing for the Bulls, I don't know if y'all know this, but he was significantly underpaid for a very long time. And when they were like, "Well, why are you playing for the Bulls when they're only paying you this much and they're lesser players making more money?" He said, "Because a contract is a contract. A commitment is a commitment. I made the promise and this is what I'm going to do." And there's nothing wrong with that. I think that that actually makes you a sturdy person. It might make you it may make some people think you're a sucker because you could easily just walk away from the table and renegotiate and demand the trade and all this. But but there's something to be said about commitment and sticking with the things that you promised to do that does have a long-term payoff for you. Even when I got married to my wife, I told my wife, I said, you got to understand where I come from. I come from, I come from the spiritual seed of a guy named Larry Watkins, who is a guy that says, if you say you're going to do it, you do it. If I marry you, that doesn't mean that I'm married to you until you get on my nerves or until I'm done with you or until you cheat on me or until you make me mad. No, me being married to you means I'm just married to you. So if you come and you tell me, hey, Boyce, I'm leaving, I'm gonna be like, well, where are we going? Where we going, babe? We taking a trip? Where are we going? Because I'm not. I'm going with you, like because we're married. That's what I think marriage is supposed to be. Now, for some people, that might make me look stupid. Like, oh, you're a sucker. You're stupid. You're gonna tolerate this, tolerate that. No, it's just how I kind of view commitment, right? And so, anyway, with the situation with Florida, I think that just breaking the commitment itself involves a massive reputational risk that would stay with him long term.